UX design is over, the end of UX design, UX design is no more. These are titles that you will see a lot these days on Medium, YouTube, etc. Just to put you at ease, no, UX design is not going anywhere, but it has changed so much that it can't truly be called UX design anymore. Don Norman, the father of UX design, probably has to come up with a new word for UX design. In this video, I've packed 5 of the biggest changes that have been made to UX design as a career, as a skill, also how people look and perceive it. The first one is the way entrepreneurs, businessmen, and the people who hire us look at UX design. 5 to 10 years ago, people who hired UX designers looked at UX designers from the perspective of visuals and graphics. So instead of UX designers acting like UX designers, they acted like glorified graphic designers for their companies. And this massive change has been brought about by one main reason, and that is UX design decisions are what are driving business these days. Now that entrepreneurs know everything about marketing, sales, all that good stuff, they weren't aware that making design changes to products would actually drive more business. Instead of focusing on sales, marketing, etc., they're also putting some effort and focus into UX design, building teams, bringing design directors and leaders who can truly transform design into business. Now, don't worry if you're a visual person, your job isn't at stake. More companies have now known the difference between UX design and UI design and all the other specializations that exist. And of course, because of all these things, UX UI designers are now getting into board meetings, into business meetings where designers had no space before. I won't be surprised if UX design is rebranded and renamed to business design very soon. The second one has to be said because it's such a big trend is AI and other technologies and tools in the marketplace affecting the career, affecting the skill. Now, UX design in itself is a set of principles, laws, etc. However, with AI, designers are being able to focus on various other aspects of design just because AI makes everything so simple and easy to do. So if a designer has to ideate on certain features that they want to bring into their application, they'll probably go to ChatGPT instead of going to the drawing board and doing everything manually from scratch. Now, this gives a big head start or boost to designers who really want to create something exceptional. 6-month deadlines can be completed in 4 months because of AI. This gives designers more space to do more creative and exceptional things. So now, instead of UX designers only focusing on UX design, they get to focus on some interests of theirs and combine those skills with their current UX skill. I'm sure you've seen a lot of UX designers with, I'm a UX designer with great 3D animation skills. I'm a UX designer who is a master at After Effects. All these skills earlier seemed to be very hard to attain. Now, because of AI, you can learn better, you can capture things better, and you can execute faster, leaving more space for new skills to be added to your UX roster. I've gotten DMs on LinkedIn, Twitter, etc., asking me how they can penetrate the market of AR, VR, penetrate the market of AI, big data, penetrate the market of fintech, edtech, etc. So designers are no longer interested in the whole lot of UX design. They want to learn specific skills for specific industries. AR, VR being something that we've been talking about for the past few months, especially after Apple has launched its spatial design headset. And UX design essentially has become industry specific, and each skill is also industry specific in a certain way. Does this mean that generalists can no longer become UX designers? Completely false. Your first job is often one that opens your eyes into which industry you would like to go into, or if you want to specialize in an area of UX UI or not. Okay, the fourth one is kind of controversial and might get me into trouble, which let's just say I'm used to getting into. UX is now CX. Customer experience has been an umbrella term under which UX has always been a part of. But now, since UX has become so important to businesses and business decisions, UX designers are now taking the role of CX designers, where everything is so closely tied up with the UX experience that any mistake that UX designers make can terribly damage the customer experience. A good example of this would be Uber's customer experience. When you have to book a cab, you are not looking at just the app, you are also talking to the driver, you are also getting in the cab, you are reaching your destination, and half the time the app isn't even open. However, if your experience with the driver is negative, or if there's something terrible with the user experience of the cab, the user experience of the app is bad. So now UX designers must come up with good solutions for even cab drivers, for even passengers, etc. So no longer are UX designers just focusing on the app, the product, the SaaS, whatever. They're also focusing on the end user, the merchants, everyone in the field. And they're willingly taking decisions towards improving the customer experience, be it away from the app itself. And I can't blame companies for asking UX designers to do much more, because if design decisions can fix the customer experience, then why not? More entrepreneurs and businessmen and people like that will expect. The fifth one is actually kind of mind blowing. Couple of years ago, people were coming into UX UI from other different fields, from product managers, from architecture, from tech, from sales, marketing. Everyone was migrating towards UX design. However, in the past few years, I would say 1 or 2 years, people have discovered other areas around UX design. So something similar is now happening inside the UX design industry. People are discovering, oh, there's product management. It's kind of similar to UX design when it comes to research, testing, and ideation, etc. People are now shifting towards product managers. I know personally people who are interested in PM and might even shift very soon. So product management can be a valuable course for UX designers to get into and then change their careers eventually. Similarly, a lot of UX designers are understanding other areas like animation. They might understand things like graphic and visual design. They might understand things like branding and marketing. And they might go into those fields. So, this weird tree that we had earlier of UX UI being on top and then there being specializations is now more like, hey, there are these specializations, but then a lot of these specializations are also common in other areas or other industries like PM, tech, sales, marketing, branding, etc. And UX designers will eventually branch out to further areas like I just mentioned. A lot of things in society have changed. People have gotten sensitive to certain things. For example, Google launched a cupcake as a motivation for people who wanted to lose weight through walking on Google Maps, etc. So if someone walked 1 kilometer or 0 point something miles on Google Maps, it would say, hey, you've burnt one cupcake. And it sounds simple and even fun in a certain set of ways. However, a lot of people going through weight issues, a lot of fitness people and health people said, hey, cupcakes is not a good way to represent calories, as well as it does demean people with food related psychological issues. And again, I'm not going to say I like it specifically or I agree with any of this. However, I'm just going to say that society has changed. People have changed. The way people talk, the way people dress, the way people act these days has changed completely. For some for the better, some for the negative. Now, when a designer is designing something, must be aware of all the things that are going on in society and design from a sensitivity point of view. So now UX design needs to have much more of a human touch to it. Again, another way AI is not going to take over is to give the human touch to designs. And UX design needs to look at human computer interaction from the human's perspective a little more.